Evan Marinofsky here for Bruins Ringside, continuing our summer series called Expectations, which is presented by our good friends over at Athletic Greens. Go to athleticgreens.com/Bruins today to get a free 1-year supply of immune-supporting vitamin D, as well as 5 free travel packs. So, we're back outside. It's not as hot. It's not windy. It's not muggy. It's perfect weather for August, which is a rarity in these parts. But we're continuing our series today with David Krejci. Obviously a pretty hot button topic considering he just came back to the Bruins for 1 year. Last year, 20 goals, 46 points, 51 games, not in the NHL. Over in the Czech with Olomouc. Hopefully I'm saying that right, with Olomouc over in the Czech. 36 years old, so he is older. Coming back to the Bruins, as I said, he's a year older. He's 1 year removed from playing NHL hockey. Still, though, the Czech, it's not the NHL. Still hockey. Something to be said for that. I think, again, the $1 million cap hit he has for this year is as good as it gets for a number 2 center. To get a really solid, consistent number 2 center at $1 million against the cap, hard to complain about that, considering there were also no real other options. Were you going to go with Charlie Coyle as the full-time number 2 center, or Pavel Zacha, or Jack Studnicka? Nope, David Krejci was the right guy, and they did the right thing. And he wanted to come back anyways. So what can you expect from David Krejci? And it's a really interesting question given all I just said, given the fact that he has not played NHL hockey in a year. Well, I think no matter what, he's got himself 2 really good line mates if Jim Montgomery elects to choose that to be the case. If he has Taylor Hall on his left side, which he most likely will, and has David Pastrnak on his right side, which I think he hopes he will, that's one of the best second lines in the league. Again, the sample size we got at Taylor Hall and David Krejci, they outscored opponents 14-1 at 5-on-5 in the 2021 season. So, again, if Krejci gets a full season between Hall and Pastrnak, there's going to be some really good results. Even if Taylor Hall is up with Patrice Bergeron to begin the year with Marchand out, and let's say it's DeBrusk, Krejci, Pastrnak, or some trio like that, I still think Krejci's production is pretty good. And I still think there's a chance, we'll get into this in later videos, that Jim Montgomery might say, hey, we're going to do, Zacha, Bergeron, DeBrusk as the first line, and keep Hall, Krejci, and Pastrnak together as the second. Now, again, we don't know that yet. Training camp has not started. Montgomery hasn't spoken on this. I'm just saying that could be what they end up doing. So no matter what, I think, Krejci is going to get a lot of production with those line mates. And if he has a full season, I would say over 55 points for sure. Again, a full season between Hall and Pastrnak, because that's going to be just all dishing them the puck. That is going to be a lot of setting up. And again, Taylor Hall is a play driver. We're getting into him actually in a very coming up video on expectations for him. So again, I would say a conservative estimate would be somewhere between 48 to 58 points for David Krejci. Again, if Eric Haula can put up 39 points in 53 games between Hall and Pastrnak, Krejci's going to put up a lot more. I don't care about the age. David Krejci is a consistent NHL player who can produce. So I think for David Krejci, it is somewhere between the 48 to 58 point mark. I think if it's a full season from start to finish between Taylor Hall and David Pastrnak, maybe he gets over 60. You never know. Again, it's so hard to tell. He's clearly invigorated to come back. So again, somewhere between the 48 to 58 point mark, I think is a good estimate for what you can expect out of Krejci. Probably on the first power play unit to begin the year. With everyone healthy, I would think they would have him anchor the second power play unit. Again, we will see. A really interesting thing to watch in training camp is going to be Krejci. How does he look against NHL talent? Now, I'm not saying he's going to be really bad, but it's going to be something to watch nonetheless. And we'll be watching it for you. We'll have all your analysis, so make sure to subscribe over at Bruins Ringside.